Hello and welcome to 2025, and we've got lots that we need to talk about. Well, yes indeed, 2025 is finally here, and it marks not only a new year but also the year that my little channel Gadget Joe hits double digits, and to celebrate that I want to take the channel to the next level. This video I will be spending a little bit of time with you to outline some of those plans and projects. Don't worry, I won't bore you to death and I won't keep you for too long. Before we go into the future, let's take a little closer look at the channel itself and see how we got to where we are. In 2015, I decided to start up a channel to talk about and discuss a hobby of mine, computing. In fact, pretty much anything technology, to be fair. I was massively inspired by the likes of Unbox Therapy, MKBHD, Austin Evans, Linus Tech Tips and the usual old school names in the industry. In fact, I already had a YouTube channel running, which technically still runs today, albeit with no new content. The channel was called Fish and Tips, and it was focused on the fish keeping hobby, and it had a pretty decent following, but it was very limited in its growth capabilities with a limited market. And I really wanted to do something on a topic that was so much more versatile and had lots more opportunities to chase. So with that in mind, Gadget Joe was born, armed with a digital camera that I got for Christmas from my wife, an iPad, and all the dreams of a new and aspiring YouTuber. I got to work creating some videos. I didn't even have a PC or laptop to begin with, and I did everything just using an iPad. And I still managed to make it work. The content wasn't amazing, and I mostly started by interviewing people who discussed their setups and then eventually worked my way into reviewing some of the products that I already owned. Then after about 8 months, I finally got my first PC to do the editing on, and then I could step up the game. As more videos were being knocked out, more views came in, resulting in more companies wanting to work with me, and then it pretty much just snowballed from there. I was also able to upgrade my own personal setup as I went along, so that the quality of the content increased with each video. Fast forward a little bit, and then I hit a bit of a lull. I hit a massive point of writer's block and just didn't feel it anymore. My mental health was in a really bad place, and I made the decision to finish Gadget Joe to try and sort my head out. Around 2 years later, with a whole new outlook on things and a fresh mindset, I relaunched Gadget Joe, and honestly, it's been the best decision that I've ever made. This time round, I now have a completely different mindset and approach to it all. I knew what I wanted to do, and that was be back behind the camera. Well, technically, this time I'm now in front of a camera. I also changed my style altogether and started working on a more natural product that would be easier to watch and understand, and most importantly, be a much easier way to manage, edit and produce. I even have a workshop of my own now. Before I used to work in a tiny alcove in my living room, and it was less than ideal, but it worked. The workshop was originally an old shed that I picked up for free and made it my own space. It was a decent size, but I knew I needed a bigger space. So basically what I did is I butchered the original shed and expanded it to twice the size. Again, I did it all on a budget because even to this day, I'm still yet to receive any income from YouTube. But I made it work, and it resulted in what you see here today. I have my very own little space that I can work with, and that brings me nicely onto the plans for 2025. This year I want to push Gadget Joe to a whole new level. I'm going to be working on producing multiple uploads a week, with shorts on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram for extra reach. I've never really done a big push on promotion and advertising before for a channel, and I want to change that by learning new techniques and getting some advice from other channels. Over the next few weeks, you're going to see this whole setup change. I recently put a new roof on the workshop, added new lighting, and I will be removing pretty much everything that you see right here, so that I can insulate and rebuild all the walls. I will then be adding a custom workbench area to the right of me so that I can do testing, building, fixing, repairing, benchmarking, and anything that requires more hands-on experience. I will be having dedicated testing areas for different hardware, airflow testing facilities, and much more. To the left of me, I will also be having some new shelving installed to store all the hardware that I do have, and also to create some dedicated spaces for 3D printers and hopefully a small CNC machine in the future, so that I can produce some custom hardware and parts for mods or projects. To the front of me, which is technically behind where you are right now, will be a custom space that is custom designed to increase productivity, practicality and ease of operation. I'll be having a workshop PC that will permanently be in place, connected to a monitor that the camera can run through, alongside my teleprompter, video lighting and a charging station so that all my camera, microphone and any other batteries can always be fully charged when I need them. The idea is to make it so that I can come in and just get straight into whatever I want to do. To the rear of me, I will be working on creating a completely custom backdrop for the videos. I have a neon sign being made currently that will sit in the middle, and then there may be some shelves or maybe a custom display unit, pegboards or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on how I want this to look just yet, but once it's done, it should look fantastic. In fact, if you've got any suggestions or ideas as to what I could put behind me to make it look the part but also be functional, then I'm all ears. You've got any ideas, please let me know down in the comments below. Of course, I will be documenting this journey of improvement as I go, so expect to see some little vlog style videos popping up so that you can be involved in the behind the scenes as we go. I'm also going to be looking at doing some live streams here and there too, something I've never done on this channel. Also, with YouTube now allowing up to 3 minutes for a short, I plan on taking advantage of that so that you can always be having some extra content and some extra behind the scenes shots too. In terms of projects and goals for the channel, I've got plenty already stored in my little black book of ideas that I am quietly confident should do pretty well. Obviously, reviews have always been and always will be a staple of Gadget Joe as a whole, and those will be continuing with improved testing facilities along the way, and naturally the improved studio will also result in a more polished product as a whole. In fact, we have plenty already in our hands to start off with. To name a few that I can think of right now is the Deepcool CH560 digital case, Deepcool LD360 AIO, Height Y70 touch case, Kizzy keyboards, handheld games consoles, lots of Prevo and Marvo products such as soundbars, headsets, charging station, mouse pads and much more. I've even got some automatic voice controlled window blinds by SmartWings. I've got the Gigabyte Aorus B760i Pro motherboard and even some hearing aids being sent by a company that want me to review them, and who better to review hearing aids than someone that actually uses hearing aids. We do have lots more than what I've just listed through there as well, and much more in the pipeline, and this year I want to start to push the channel out more as a brand to basically begin work with even more companies to produce even more content. I also want to do a couple of projects on the channel. These are to enable the channel to hopefully not only be a more immersive and interactive place to watch content, but also to allow people to want to stay on the channel. Being a review channel is notoriously one of the harder categories on YouTube in terms of growth and retention. Usually, people find my content by searching for a product that they're interested in, watch the review, then I never see them again because they've pretty much got what they wanted, and they've got no reason to stay for anything else. So hopefully, these projects will look to making that a different story. One project is something that I've been wanting to do for many years. It's always been something that I've wanted to do, but never really pulled the string on it. And this year I will be doing it. So this year I'll be bringing out my trade up challenges. I'll be starting off with something small, be it a computer component or a gadget or even a small monetary amount. Then I will document my process of trading, selling and working my way up in value to get all the components needed to make a full gaming PC. Once I have got to the point of building said gaming PC, I will simply give it away to one of you guys. And then I would basically repeat the whole process and start again and just keep going over and over and over. I might even try and do a couple of collaborations with other tech tubers on this same project so that we can both produce a PC that we can ultimately give away on each channel. Giveaways have always been something I try and organise and want to continue doing so going forward. I'm always keen to try and give back to the community somehow, so I'll be trying to organise more giveaways too. I also have another project that is already sort of underway, and that is to work with celebrities, influencers, famous people and so on to produce custom builds for them. They will meet with me to discuss some ideas of what they would like, and then over a multi-part series I will document the parts, the meeting, discuss with the community any ideas that they would like to implement on the project, and then finally doing any custom work to it and presenting it to said person. This is an idea that should work well and provide something a little bit more interesting to watch. I already have a few companies on board to do this, so it should take off quite well. In fact, the first celebrity/famous person is underway, and that is Thomas Turgoose. For those that don't know who he is, he played Sean Fields in This Is England.
Get me 100 fags, 2 bottles of wine, a bottle of whiskey and 10 cans of lager now.
You know what you're going to have? Nothing.
What?
He has now gone on to work in lots of new movies and is developing quickly as a top actor in the industry, working in lots of series and films like Eden Lake, Cast-Offs, Birdsong, Game of Thrones, The Kingsman, Looted, Intergalactic, Jackdaw, and most recently, Mickey 17 with Robert Pattinson. Tomo is a local lad to me. In fact, I've known him many years through my best friend Jamie, who is his brother. We have had a bit of a chat about the project and he's all up for it. I've spoken to some of my partners and sponsors who are also on board with it too, so expect that series to be coming very, very soon. I do have some other names lined up as well in the future, but this is something that could branch off into lots of others too, so I'm excited to work on this project. Later on in the summer, I will be working with Tiny Tim too, to produce a custom system for him. Tiny Tim, if you don't know him, is a guy that plays pranks and jokes on the public with his persona of Tiny Tim, a squeaky-voiced 3, nearly 6-year-old.
My name's Tim, and we're just wondering if we can get some stuff moved.
How old are you, Tim?
Well, I'm 3, nearly 6, but we need stuff moving.
That is one that I am particularly looking forward to working on too. I will also be doing some custom mods this year too for my own portfolio. I'll be trying to produce fully custom scratch builds and case mods and document them as I do them. Granted, I'm never going to touch the quality and workmanship of the likes of maybe my good friend Alex Banks from Pratex Designs, but he's definitely been a big inspiration of mine and I will likely be commissioning him to machine some parts for said projects too. I will link his channel in the description too, so that you can check him out, because if you haven't seen him before, it's worth doing. His work and his custom projects are quite literally second to none. I will also be attending TechMax 2025 this year once again. This time I will be documenting more, and hopefully have a cameraman with me to help with the filming of it. TechMax is a fantastic event that I predominantly use to socialise and network with people and companies within this industry. Again, I will link the page to that down below if you want to check it out, as it's a great day out. Very affordable, and it's the UK version of CES. Speaking of CES, that's an event that is pretty much just finishing right now as of the time of you watching this, and there will be lots of coverage for it on YouTube currently, so this video might get a little bit lost in all of those. But for those that are here still watching this, thank you very much. It's also very much something I would like to attend in the future. I do also want to finally get this website set up. I've got the domain name for it now, but my website building skills are shocking. So this year I want to work on getting that up and running so I can produce some written content on that too. And that pretty much sums up this video. I'm incredibly grateful for all of you that have already subscribed and are supporting the channel. There are a lot of regulars now too that watch every video, so a huge thank you to those special few too. The channel is my baby and I've dedicated nearly 10 years of my life to this, and it's time I really started to push it to a new level and really help grow it to what it deserves to be. My personal sub goals for 2025 is 10k. I have a target of 12k, but if I can get to 10k I'll be very, very happy. Any more would be a huge bonus. So with that said, if you are watching this now and you've got this far and aren't subscribed, please just click that subscribe button for me. It's completely free, and who knows, you could be a winner of this year's plenty of giveaways that I'm doing, or even a gaming PC. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I wish everyone a happy new year. I hope 2025 is a big year for you all, and I'm very excited to begin this journey to the next level and invite you guys along. Normal videos will resume next week with regular uploads, so I will see you there. And that's pretty much it from me. I've been Gadget Joe, and we will see you very soon. Goodbye.